Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. Today, Chelsea travel to Brentford. It is not going to be easy. Brentford up and down with their form. They beat us 4-1 at Stamford Bridge last season. And after the performance, the news with injuries, Reece James out for 2 months, Kante for 4 months as he's going to undergo surgery to his hamstring injury, I'm a bit concerned about this one. We're walking into this with a bit of trepidation, which sounds a bit odd considering we have won our last 5 games, scoring 12 goals and only conceding 1. If we look at Chelsea's recent form, it tells a much more comfortable, confident photo, in my mind at least, than anything else. Photo? That's certainly not the right word for the occasion, but we're going to Brentford tonight. It is a 2:30 AM kickoff here in Bali. Video will be live tonight straight after the game. I've got my voice back fully. The headaches have gone. I'm feeling good. Everything is fresh. And before we do get into talking about this game a little bit more, I want to announce that I have partnered with privateinternetaccess.com for the month leading up to the World Cup. Any of you that sign up will be directly supporting the channel. Going to skip to the ad now, and I'll see you guys after. Yes guys, so a massive thank you to Private Internet Access for sponsoring this video and partnering with me here on GBFC for 30 days in the lead up to the World Cup. If you don't know what Private Internet Access is, it's a VPN. Everybody should have a VPN to encrypt your internet connection. With the World Cup coming up, I live in Indonesia. I want to be watching with English commentary, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to the UK so that I can sign into my TV accounts in the UK and listen to English commentary from my favourite commentators. Why should you go with Private Internet Access for your VPN? Well, through my link in the description, you guys can also see it here on the screen, you're going to get yourselves 3 months for free and 82% discount, which makes this cost you $2.11 per month. Go check the link in the description. They're the most transparent VPN provider in the world. See you guys there. Thank you very much. Once again, thank you to PIA for sponsoring the video. Brentford away. Last season in this fixture, we remember that goal from Ben Chilwell in, once again, a performance that wasn't one of the better ones, but ended up leading into a 2-0 Chelsea win. I think with this game, with Manchester United coming up at the weekend, it's going to be important that Graham Potter makes changes tonight. We said that there's no more new injury concerns. We've got Kante on the sidelines, we've got Reece James on the sidelines, probably 2 of the most important players. If I was to say like who's the most important player, I'd say they're probably 2 of the most important 3 or 4. So it is a bit of an issue. But at the same time, Thiago Silva nursing a potential hamstring issue. And obviously Potter said in the press conference that Chelsea are going to have to work around that issue, which means managing the minutes that Thiago Silva plays. So with that in mind, I do believe that we will make changes tonight. Thiago Silva probably won't start with that massive match against Manchester United to come at the weekend. So, look at Brentford's last 5 games. They won 2-0 at home to Brighton. Good result, but obviously Brighton, they've lost half their staff, they lost their manager, whatever. They were beaten 5-1 at Newcastle. Newcastle might not be scoring many goals, but they did manage to get a penalty. Drew away at Bournemouth, got battered at home to Arsenal in a very good Arsenal performance, and won 5-2 at home to Leeds. So if we look at those games, there is 1 massive win, 1 massive defeat, well, 2 massive defeats, and a good win at home to Brighton at the weekend, as well as a draw at Bournemouth. It is scattered form. Brentford are currently trying to get Thomas Frank to sign a new contract, and Ivan Toney is, of course, their danger man. He's a player who could potentially give Chelsea some problems. If we got no Thiago Silva in there, we've also got no Reece James, and I think Chelsea's issue tonight is going to be the balance with the right-hand side of the field. And when we build my lineup, we're going to take a little look at what I think is a strong, in terms of physicality, Chelsea 11. So, without any further ado, we are going to move into the goalkeeper. Kepa deserves so much praise. He got us that victory at the weekend. We said it in the 6 Things We Learned video. Both him and Mount were absolutely phenomenal. It was between the 2 of them as to who got the blue box in the 6 Things vid. Kepa's form is the best form we've ever seen from him. And it came at a time where it was last chance saloon. And I always respect it when players are given that opportunity. He lost the number 1 position to Edouard Mendy when Mendy came in. And obviously absolutely hit the ground running the moment he signed for Chelsea. It's unfortunate for Mendy that he's lost his place. But Kepa is currently performing at the very highest level, and we're talking about top Premier League standards. If he can maintain this, then we're going to be having that conversation about Kepa being one of the best in the league. It's got a long way to go. We can't just talk based off of form, but we can let players hold and keep their positions totally based off of form. Moving into a back three. With the Silva issue, it does leave us a bit short. No Wesley Fofana as well, obviously another big player out injured. Aspi, right centre-back, Trevor Chalobah in the middle, and Koulibaly, who is slowly coming into his own in a Chelsea shirt in the left centre-back role. It does worry me a little bit, this back three, but we have seen Azpilicueta play very well so far under Graham Potter. Trevor, I think, is once again showing why Chelsea were very reluctant to let him leave in the summer. There were talks about Inter Milan. I think Spurs might have been interested in Trev at some point as well. Chelsea kept him, and it was a good thing they bloody did, because when you got Wesley Fofana out injured, Silva at 38 years old, we have got to maintain his fitness. And as much as he might say he wants to play, Chelsea got to be smart. Thiago Silva's going to want to keep playing for as long as he possibly can. He wants a new Chelsea deal. So despite Brentford not being a walkover, despite it not being easy, we've got United at home at the weekend. I think the Man United test, despite Brentford's result against them this season, might well be significantly more of a test. So we save Thiago Silva for the weekend. Moving into the wing-backs. I've gone with Ruben in the right wing-back role. We're starting to see a bit more of Ruben's physical side in the last couple of games, which against the Brentford team who were going to get stuck into Chelsea. That's what they did at Stamford Bridge last season to get that result. And then Ben Chilwell on the left-hand side. Cucurella at the weekend was concerning for me. I thought that even though he was playing in the left centre-back position, which out of the three positions he'll probably play for Chelsea, the left centre-back role, I know I said it at the start of the season, but after what we saw at the weekend, I'm not convinced by it. And as much as I've not been fully convinced by Chilwell's start to this season, apart from in that game I think it was against West Ham, I do think that Ben Chilwell needs to keep playing in order to regain that kind of match form that we saw him in blistering form before that injury at the beginning of last season, or towards the second quarter of the season, shall we say. So Chilwell's there on the left. The midfield too, because of all the injuries and because of the balance issue, I've gone with Jorginho and Kovacic for this game. I think Jorginho did incredibly well in Milan. I think Mateo Kovacic is regarded as probably Chelsea's best central midfielder. Conor Gallagher, I think, is impacting Chelsea's play with a bit more intensity when he comes off the bench. When we're dealing with injuries, and I think Graham Potter will have probably seen something similar to what we all saw at the weekend, at least I hope he did, where Chelsea was struggling to control the game in the middle of the park. Jorginho is going to bring that balance to the team. Mateo Kovacic obviously hoping to try and be able to get forward a little bit more to support the front three. And the front three, I've changed things up a little bit again. I've gone with Christian Pulisic, who I think deserves a start and has been exciting when he's been playing recently. Mason Mount, who is in absolutely scintillating form right now. And Armando Broja going through the middle. A bit similar to the type of play that we might see Brentford come at us with through Ivan Toney. So Aubameyang at the weekend looked as though there was something wrong. And I'm not saying that there was an injury, but I will say that, again, it needs to be managed with Aubameyang's minutes. And with all of the games coming up, Graham Potter said that he will need to use the squad. We might see Dennis Zakaria playing a game tonight. He was asked about that in the press conference. Rumours that he's going to be sent back in January. With all of this fixture congestion, Chelsea got to be careful with players that we might potentially sell, players that, like Zakaria, that we might potentially send back from their loans. So we could see Zakaria start tonight, potentially, but I do think Jorginho and Kovacic in the middle will be that too. And I think Broja deserves a start. And I think we've got to rotate with all of these games coming so thick and fast. Pulisic deserves a start. And I think this front three could be menacing to the Brentford defence. Let me know, have I made too many changes here? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As I said at the beginning of the video, please go and check out Private Internet Access. They have partnered with me for a month in the lead up to the World Cup, so you guys will be seeing them a lot here on the channel. Super cheap, great deal. Make sure you get into the link in the description if you need yourself a VPN or a new one with a bloody fantastic financial deal for you. But anyway, 6 things we learned is after the game. Let's see how we get on. Score prediction, 2-1 Chelsea. It's going to be tough again, but we're going to win it. Come on, you Blues.